Parshat Yitro doesn't open with thunder and lightning. It opens with something much quieter, but just as necessary for Matan Torah to happen. Personal identity, names, a family coming back together, a home being rebuilt. We are reintroduced to Moshe's older son, Gershom, and introduced to their younger son, Eliezer. We're reminded about the source of their names and where they came from, setting a foundation for who they are and who their parents are who named them. This is in the context of Vayikach Yitro choten Moshe et Tzipora eshet Moshe u'shnei banea. Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law, took Tzipora, Moshe's wife, and her two sons. And then Yitro sends word. Ani chotencha Yitro ba elecha v'ishtecha u'shnei banea ima. I, your father-in-law again, Yitro, am coming to you with your wife and her two sons. The Torah could have skipped this domestic detail and gone straight to Har Sinai, but it doesn't. It makes sure we hear the names, the relationships, the fact that Moshe's bait, his home, is being restored. The Alshich HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe Alshich, the great darshan of Tzfat and Damascus, notices that Yitro is described again and again as Choten Moshe, Moshe's father-in-law. He explains that Yitro could have come just as a worried father wanting his daughter back with her husband, but the Torah hints that his deeper motivation is spiritual. ויבוא יתרו חותן משה ובניו ואשתו על משה אל המדבר אשר הוא חונה שם הר האלוקים. He is drawn to Har HaElokim, the mountain of God. At the same time, the Alshech points out something subtle. Yitro comes both for God and for Moshe's family. He's the one who brings Tzipora and the children back into Moshe's life, making sure that before Moshe can stand at Sinai, before God, as the leader of a nation, he also stands as a husband and a father in his own household, present and acknowledged. So when Moshe hears, Ani chotencha Yitro ba elecha, he understands, my father-in-law is coming as a seeker of God, and my wife and sons are coming as part of my life that must now be reintegrated. Moshe goes out. Vayetze Moshe likrat chotno vayishtachu vayishak lo. Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law, bowed and kissed him. And only once they've made these basics does the Torah say, Vayishalu ish l're'ehu l'shalom. Each man asks after his fellow's well-being. Now they can truly meet ish l're'ehu, two whole people, each with a home and a God-centered identity. From here, Yitro makes his famous critique. He sees Moshe sitting alone, judging the people all day, and says, Navol tibol gam ata, gam ha'am hazeh asher imach, ki chaved mimcha davar, lo tuchal asahu levadcha. You will surely wear yourself out, you and his people with you, for the matter is just too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone. We usually read this as leadership advice, and it is. But in the context of the opening verses, it's also about home. Moshe cannot spend his life from morning to night absorbed only in national crises and still be a functioning husband and father. If his entire identity is Moshe the leader, and not also Moshe and his tent with Tzipora and the children, something essential is missing. So Yitro does two things for Moshe. He brings back his family, and he forces him to reshape his work so that a family life is even possible. He suggests sarei alafim, sarei me'ot, sarei chamishim, sarei esrot, different layers of judges and leaders for different peoples. This spreads responsibility outward, but also creates space inward. For Moshe to live as a person, not only as an institution. Only after this, after the home is restored, after the leadership structure is more humane, does the Torah move us to Mount Sinai. In Shemot 19:10, Hashem says, Lech el ha'am v'kidashtam hayom u'machar v'chipsu sinotam. Go to the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow and let them wash their garments. Now, it's not just Moshe who prepares. It is ha'am, the whole people. They wash their garments, they set boundaries, they ready themselves physically and spiritually A nation is getting dressed to stand together. Then come the Aseret Dibrot, the Ten Commandments, which we can hear as the axes of healthy life, both private and public. Anochi Hashem Elokecha, a core loyalty to God. Lo yeh lecha elohim acharim, no competing ultimate allegiances. Lo tisa et shem Hashem leshav, don't degrade what is holy. Zachor et Yom HaShabbat, carve out time each week to reconnect with God and with the people in your life. Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha, honor the family structure, and then don't kill, don't betray, don't steal, don't lie, don't covet. Basic ethics that protect both homes and societies. It's striking that kabed et avicha ve'et imecha sits right in the middle of the Ten Commandments, on the hinge between mitzvot between us and God and mitzvot between us and other people. Family, the home, is the bridge between heaven and earth, between the private and the public. Seen this way, Yitro is not just a wise consultant. He's the one who insists that before Moshe can bring Torah down for the whole people, his own house must be in order. His wife must be back. His children must be present. His schedule must allow for him to be more than a 24/7 crisis manager. Only then can Moshe stand on the mountain as a whole person, leader and father, prophet and husband, and give a Torah that speaks not only to kings and judges, but to kitchens and bedrooms, and especially Shabbat tables. For us, the message is very close to home. We live in a world that celebrates activism, productivity, and the constant push outward. Parshat Yitro gently reminds us, if the price of saving the world is that my family never sees me or that my home is brittle and neglected, then something in my version of Torah is off. Vayishalu ish l're'ehu l'shalom. May we, like Moshe and Yitro, learn to ask after one another's peace as equals, as fellow seekers of God, and may our shared commitment to Torah become not a point of division, but the mountain that quietly, powerfully holds us all.